approved. I mean, which you can say that test scenario guidelines, which we can say that test scenario guidelines, right? And after that, which you will be taking with test scenario template. We need to be get take care about test scenario guidelines and need to be get take care about test scenario template, right? So we need to be get take care about in referring, which need to be get which need to be get take care about in referring these particular respective documents, and we have to come up with in preparing the test scenarios. That is what we need to be get referring our SRS document, which need to be get taking care about in referring with SRS document related to our project. So related to this particular project, we need to be get take care about in referring with SRS document according to that particular SRS document, according to that particular respective SRS document, which need to be get take care about in getting started preparing with the test scenarios. So that particular test scenarios, that particular test scenarios we need to be get that particular test scenarios which need to be get
హార్డ్
take
వర్క్
care about
వస్తున్నాయి
in
సర్లే.
having with the document. See that. So we need to
నేను
be
పైన
get
పోయి
take
ఫోర్త్
care
ఫ్లోర్ పోయి
about
తెచ్చుకున్నా,
this
దీక్ష కింద
particular
తెచ్చుకొని
test
వస్తుంది.
scenario template. According to this particular template, we need to be get start preparing the scenarios. So if I'm taking with the template, first we need to be get mention the TS. First, we need to be get mentioned that which you will be taking with TS, considering the test scenario ID, test scenario ID or test scenario number. Then you will be taking with requirement, requirement ID or requirement number, requirement ID or requirement number. Then you will be taking with main functionality, which you will be taking with main functionality. We can say that that particular module name, page name, page name, or you can consider that module name, page name, or we can consider that module name. After that, taking with test scenario description, which you will be taking with which need to be get mentioning the test scenario description. That particular test scenario description, we can say that what need to be tested. Test scenario description, we can say that what need to be tested. Then the test case name or test case ID, that will be empty only, which you will be taking with document ID or reference. We can say that documents to be referred, which we can say that documents documents to be referred to perform particular activity or to write test scenarios. This is need to be get take care about in referring with that particular respective test scenarios. Then you will be taking with that particular respective comments need to be get take care about in referring that particular respective comments here, right? So this is what we need to be get take care about. This is what we need to be get take care about in mentioning that taking with this particular respective template. According to this particular template, according to this particular template, we need to be get take care about in preparing these particular respective test scenarios. This is what you got in a assignment as you're already working with the assignment. So any specific clarifications related to this particular respective assignment? Is there any specific clarifications? Everyone got comfortable in getting started writing with the scenarios? Any specific clarifications related to this? Just before moving to the next one. Before moving to the next one. So any specific clarifications related to this? Right. Now you can see the understanding. So which need to be get take care about, which need to be get take care about. You can see that how exactly we can contain. Just I'll go with some more examples. Just I'll go with the some more examples. By that you can get clear picture, and then we'll move on to next concept here. So we have to take care about in preparing these particular respective test scenarios. The very first thing, the meaning of test scenarios, the meaning of test scenarios, which need to be get considering that what need to be tested, what need to be get tested. So further, we are referring requirement document. This is our SRS document. This is our SRS document. By referring SRS document, by referring the SRS document, we need to be get take care about in preparing. Now we can see that if I'm taking with this particular respective SRS document, first we done with 3.1. First we have been done with 3.1. Now we need to be get take care about 3.2, which is related to login page. According to this particular login page, according to this particular respective login page, we need to come up with in taking care about in preparing that particular respective test scenarios here. So just we'll get continue with the same. We'll just take care about in continued with the same in preparing these particular respective test scenarios here. Okay. Right. Let's see that how we can do it. Now, we need to be get mentioned that which need to be get mentioned that taking with 3.2, 3.2, that particular 3.2 it will be taking with login. That particular 3.2 which you will be taking with that particular respective login. Right? So if I'm taking with this particular respective login, if I'm taking this particular respective login, we have been already created these particular respective scenarios. We already created these particular respective test scenarios with the respective of login. What we written? The main thing, login button functionality. After that, text boxes functionality. After that, taking with verify labels. Verify labels. Right? Now, continued with the same. Continued with the same. Is that we can come up with any of other scenario? We done with login functionality, nothing but login button we written. Text boxes we are testing. Labels we are testing. So apart from this, any other things we can test it? From taking these things, any other functionalities we can test it. So if I'm taking with this particular one, any other functionalities we can test it. Right, links functionality, exactly. So if I'm taking with these particular things, you got a link that you will be taking with forgot password, which it will be taking with the link that you will be mentioning about taking with forgot password. Right? So need to be get mentioned that you need to be get mentioned that you will be taking with that particular respective forgot password. Right? See the understanding. We need to be get take care about in referring, or we need to be get mentioning that that particular links are there. We can say that verify links functionality. Verify links functionality in login page. Verify links functionality in login page. That you will be taking with the links mentioning that forgot password, which you will be taking with forgot password. After that, you will be taking with new user register here. New user register here. After that, you will be taking with go to build to go to build to. After that, info at the rate adactin.com. Info at the rate adactin.com. Info at the rate adactin.com. Right? So this is what we need to be get mentioning about taking with these particular respective one. So this in this way we need to come up with in writing with the test scenarios. Just very simple concepts, very easy concepts. Development perspective, writing the code, all the things will be the difficult, but the tester job role is very easy. As a tester, we need to be get as the application what are the things you want to test it, we are documenting. So we done with verify links functionality. In the same way, any other things we can test it apart from the links? Any other things we can try? Okay. Stick and respond in the chart window. Right. Mhm. So still a lot of things we can do. It's not like everything has been done. It's not like everything has been done. Still a lot of other activities we can do it. Mhm. See that. Just we'll try one by one. Now I can see that if I'm taking with this particular links has been written. After links, we can consider that this is like an important nodes. All these particular things, which we can consider that important nodes here, that is also we can consider. So which we will be mentioning that verify important, verify important nodes, verify important nodes in login page, which you will be taking with, which you will be taking with verify important nodes. Okay. Verify important nodes in login page, which you will be taking with SRS. What exactly that particular important nodes is there? What exactly important nodes is there? Need to be get provide taking with that particular respective important nodes here. Need to be get take care about in verifying that particular respective important nodes. After that, we can consider TS 019 3.2 3.2 related to login. So if I'm taking with this particular one, we are able to see this particular heading existing, this particular heading saying that existing user login. Just 1 minute, just 1 minute. See that. So here we need to be get take care about this particular one. So which need to be get taking care about in this particular one, that we will be taking with existing user login. So this is in a heading, right, which we can consider this particular respective heading. Okay, see that considering that verify. Okay, so verify heading in login page, verify heading in login page, that you will be taking with SRS, that you will be taking with SRS. What is the heading we got? We got a heading of existing user login, existing, right? So existing user login hyphen build one hyphen build one. So this is what we need to be get take care about. This is what we need to be get take care about in mention that particular heading. New user registration, that is a link that you are already mentioned. In this scenario only, verify links functionality. Verify links functionality we are already provided. Verify links functionality which we have been already provided. Okay, right. After that, you will be taking with TS 020, TS 020, 3.2. 3.2 is related to login. 3.2 is related to login. Now, still, what we can test it? Just see the requirement document. Try to understand the requirement document. You can see that. Now, this logo is related to whole application, which were already written. Only one time activity. Not like mandatory that, not like mandatory that need to be get repeated. Not like mandatory that need to be get repeated, which you will be taking with, which need to be get considering that you will be taking with, which need to be get, which need to be get take care about in mentioning that you will be taking with that particular respective, right? So which need to be get take care about that particular respective each and every functionality. So logo related to whole application. Now we are able to see this images, this highlighted one. The highlighted one, the whole highlighted one, we can consider as a image. This particular whole highlighted one, this particular whole highlighted one, we can consider that taking with image, right? So that we need to be get tested, which we will be taking with verify, right? Which need to be get mentioning that you will be taking with verify image. So verify images in login page. In login page. Verify images in login page. That you will be taking with SRS document. After that, you will be taking with TS 021. TS 021. Taking with 3.2. 3.2 related to login. So still any other functionalities we can test it? Any other things we can try? Just think in a very simple way. The target is like in a tester. We have to take care about to test. We need to be get take care about to test each and every particular functionality. We need to be get taking care about, which need to be get take care about to test each and every particular respective functionality. Okay, right. Now we can see that. So if I'm taking this particular one, so if I'm taking this particular one, header and footer, header is also related to whole application, footer also related to whole application, logo related to whole application. Related to the whole application, we are already written. We are already written that clearly mentioning that verify logo for whole application. So we doesn't require to repeat for all the times here. We doesn't require to get repeat for all the times here, which need to be get take care about in mentioning that you will be taking with verify logo for whole application, that is one time activities. Okay. Now, continued in the same way, which we can get continued in the same way. So we got images, right? As we done with the images, as we done with the images, on image, we are able to see some text here. On image, we are able to see some particular text. We need to be get take care about, we need to be get take care about to test this, which we can take care about to test this particular one, right? So we need to be get take care about, we need to be get take care about to test this particular one, right? So this is, we need to be get tested to test this particular one. We need to be get mentioning that in taking with verify,
అక్క
verify text,
అమీర్పేటలోనా
verify text, verify text on image, verify text on image in login page, verify text on image in login page, that you will be taking with SRS document. After that, you will be taking with considering that TS022 22 requirement number 3.2. The 3.2 which you will be taking with login. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
కాస్ట్ అడిగేసి అప్పుడు కనుక్కొని మళ్ళీ కాస్ట్ ఏదని కూడా ఆ బ్యాగ్ అయితే ఆగుదా ఏం మళ్ళీ ఏమైంది సార్ నేను
Taking care. Footer also related to the whole application. Logo, header, footer. So don't be confused there. Logo is related to whole application. Footer is related to whole application. Header is related to whole application. So these three things are related to the whole application. Okay. So these three things are related to the whole application. Right. So now we got verify text on image. Verify text on image in we need to be get mentioned that taking an image, we are able to see the links. We are able to see, right? So which you will be able to see that this particular links. Now on image, these are links. On image, these are the links. Okay. Now we can see that considering that verify, verify. Okay. So we need to be mentioning that verify the concept of test scenarios is need to be tested. Guys, is it the voice is not clear? Is it for everyone voice is not clear?
ఎస్ సార్ పెట్టు
Be taking with such hotel page that will be taking with SRS. Okay, right. After that, TS 027. Requirement number 3.3. The 3.3 related to such hotel. 3.3 related to such hotel. Okay, so that particular 3.3 related to such hotel. Now, that particular 3.3, now we can see that as we written, heading has been done. Next, we can take up a drop down. These are the drop downs. Check in date, check out date. Check in date and check out date consider as a text boxes. Those are text boxes. Location, hotel, room type. Location, hotel, room type, which you will be taking with, which you will be considering the drop downs here. Okay, let's see that. Now, this is verify, drop down. Verify, drop down functionality. Considering that SRS, we need to be get provide list of all the drop downs here that you will be taking with location, which you will be taking with location. After that, hotel, which you will be taking with hotel, and then taking with room type, all those things. We need to be get take care about, which need to be get take care about in providing these particular respective things, which you will be considering that location, hotel, and taking with room type. So we need to be get take care about in providing these particular respective things here, right? And after that, you need to be get take care about in mention. We need to be get take care about in providing TS 028, which I will be taking with 28. Considering the 3.3, 3.3 related to such hotel, 3.3 related to such hotel. So that particular one, we got drop downs, which we got mentioned that this particular having with drop down here, right? So now, if I'm taking with this particular drop down, after that, we got any text boxes. Drop down functionality. According to your understanding, what is the functionality of the drop down? If I'm taking with the drop down, what is the functionality of the drop down? Mhm. What exactly the functionality of the drop down? Right. Need to be get take care about. Need to be get take care about selecting with the data. So we need to be get take care about selecting the data. In case of taking the text box, in case of taking the text box, considering the entering the data. In case of the text box, one will be taking with entering the data. In the same way, drop down we got selecting the data. Okay. As we written with the drop down, we can take care about text boxes also, considering that verify, verify text box functionality. Verify text box functionality that we will be taking with SRS. Verify text box functionality that we will be taking with SRS. Now, that particular text boxes, considering that you will be taking with check-in date, which need to be get mentioning about taking with checkout date. One you will be taking with check-in date and then taking with checkout date. Okay. Then you will be taking with TS 029, considering the 3.3, 3.3 related to such hotel. As we written with the drop downs are done, text boxes are done. Now we can go with mandatory fields, which we can take care about mandatory fields. So that we need to be get mentioning that verify mandatory, verify mandatory fields, verify mandatory fields in login page. Verify mandatory fields in login page. that will be taking with SRS document. That will be taking with SRS document. Okay, so that mandatory fields we need to be get provided. We need to be get mentioned that taking with location. What are all that particular mandatory types are there? We need to be get provide. We need to be get provide all that particular respective mandatory fields here, which need to be get take care about, which need to be get take care about in providing that particular respective
దానికి
mandatory
ఏం చెప్పు
fields.
ప్రవళిక
Taking with
దానికి ఎంతసేపు
that
చెప్పు
particular 3.3, which will be taking with that particular respective 3.3, that will be taking with such hotel. Now here we can take care about in doing the links are there, such hotel, book dictionary, chain password, logout. We can take care about in testing these particular links, which we can mention that verify links functionality. Verify links functionality in in search hotel page. Verify links verify links functionality in search hotel page, that will be taking with SRS, which you will be taking with SRS, right? So links functionality, verify links functionality in such hotel page. What are the links we got? We got a link taking with such hotel, and after that, considering that book itinerary, which you will be taking with mentioning about book itinerary. After that, after book itinerary, which you will be taking with change password, which you will be taking with change password, right? Chain password. After that, you will be taking with logout, which need to be get take care about logout. So in this way, we need to be get take care about. In this way, we need to be get take care about in writing these particular test scenarios. So as a tester, this is what we need to be get mentioned there. So as a tester, we need to be get mentioning about in taking with these particular respective things, which need to be get mentioning about taking care about in coming up with writing with more number of scenarios. We are not having any limit. There is no limit. There is no rule saying like adapt an application only 100 scenarios, banking applications 200 scenarios, insurance application 100 scenarios. It's not like that. We are not having any limit on that. There is no limit in writing that particular respective test scenarios according to that particular requirement document. What exactly the SRS document is there, based on that particular SRS document, based on that particular respective SRS document, we have to come up with in writing maximum of test scenarios. So you guys need to be get continued. You need to be get take care about in continued writing the scenarios. You have to take care about writing the scenarios for
ఫస్ట్
all the
దాన్ని కట్ చేసి
requirements. You
పైకి
can practice 3.4 select a hotel.
ఈ బ్యాగ్
After that,
ఇంకోటి కావాలి స్మూత్
3.5
వేరేకి అడుగుంటా
bouquet hotel. Then you will be
ఇది
taking with
కొన్నాను నేను ఈ బ్యాగ్
3.6 order generation.
అప్పుడు
And
కూడా ఫస్ట్
finally,
మేము ఎక్కువ
3.7
అడిగేటప్పుడు
you will
కాదు
be taking
మేమైతే
with
తక్కువ
book
కడుక్కుంటాం నువ్వు మరీ
dictionary.
అంత
At
అడిగినావు
last, you can consider taking with this particular requirement number 4.
అయ్యో
Requirement number 3, requirement number 3, and then
కానీ మామూలుగా
taking with 4.
తగ్గిస్తారని చెప్పేసి మిషన్
Requirement number 3, and then taking with 4. So 5, all those things we are not testing it. That is just for reference only. We are taking care about mainly requirement number 3 and taking with requirement number
అవునవును
4.
అదే నాకు గుర్తులే
This is what
సండే
we need
మార్కెట్కి
to
వెళ్ళి
be get
తీసుకున్నాను
take care about it. This is what we need to be get consider, need to be get take care about it. right? So in this way, we need to be get take care about. In this way, we need to be get take care about in referring it, right? So this is how we need to be get take care about in coming up with preparing, documenting these particular test scenarios. Still, we can come up with in writing. Still, we can come up with in writing more scenarios that you guys can continue. In case any specific clarifications are there, you can come up with that particular clarifications. I'll be giving the confirmation either your understanding has been done in the correct way or not. But please spend with the time in taking the practice. So please spend with the time in taking the practice, because this is what the exact job role as a manual tester. As a manual tester, there is no programming. As a manual tester, there is no programming, there is no coding at all. Just need to be get take care about. Just need to be get take care about in writing these particular things here, right? So in this way, we need to be get take care about. In this particular way, we need to be get take
Testing
care about in writing, right? So just you guys continue on this. You guys can continue on this. In case if you got any specific clarifications or any specific
దీనికి
question
కోర్
mark,
జావా
I'll be
బేసిక్ కోర్
giving a
జావా తెలుసుండాలా
confirmation on that.
కోర్ జావా
Okay, so please take care about up to this test scenarios. Very
మాన్యువల్
most
ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్.
important concept, very most important concept where you need to be get comfortable. After that, after test scenarios, after test scenarios, we need to be get started with. After test scenarios, we need to be get started with test cases. After test scenarios, we need to be get take care about test cases. That particular test cases, that particular test cases, we need to be get take care about in writing. Let's see that if I'm taking with the test cases, we can consider that how to be tested, how to be tested. See the understanding, meaning of test scenarios, what need to be tested, meaning of test cases, how to be tested. So what exactly mean by that? What is mean by that particular test cases? Let's understand in a very perfect way. Let's take care about in a more detailed on that. Further, just write with the new heading. You guys can write with the new heading. Mention the test cases. You guys just write with the new heading. Mention the test cases and then make a note of this particular description. Just make a note of this particular description up to that particular highlighted one. Just make a note of that particular description up to that particular highlighted one. Just mention the test cases, write with the heading, write with the heading, mention the test cases, and then make a note of that particular respective description up to the highlighted one. Just make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Just everyone continue the same. The very most another important concept. What is test case? Another most important concept. Just take care about in writing up to that particular highlighted one. Just take care about up to that particular highlighted one. Everyone is done? Up to the highlighted one. Up to the highlighted one. Is that everyone is done? Okay. Next. Continue the same. Next. Continue the same. Just mention the entry criteria, exit criteria. Entry criteria and taking with exit criteria. Entry criteria, exit criteria. Mention that entry criteria and taking with exit criteria. And then make a note of these points also. Entry criteria, these particular points. Entry criteria, these particular points. Exit criteria, these particular points. Entry criteria, mention that particular points. Exit criteria, mention that particular respective points. Checking with entry criteria, that particular respective points, and then taking care about exit criteria, that particular respective points. Just make a note of, just make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one. Here, right? Okay. See the understanding. As usual, our very first thing, if I'm taking with the test cases, we need to be get mentioning that how to be tested, how we can test particular functionality. If I'm taking with testing cases, which we can mention that how to be tested, how we can test particular functionality. For that, as usual, we need to be get take care about entry criteria and then taking care about exit criteria. So that entry criteria, the entry criteria we need to be get mentioned that entry criteria we need to be get mentioned that documents to be referred, documents to be referred to perform particular activity. If I'm taking with the entry criteria, we need to be get mentioned that documents to be referred to perform particular activity. In the same way, we got exit criteria mentioning that result or output. Exit criteria, exit criteria, result or output of particular activity. So in this way, we need to be get take care about it. In this way, we need to be get take care about in referring all that particular required documents here. We need to be get take care about in referring all that particular required documents and need to be get take care about in writing that particular test cases. Further, you can see that what are the documents need to refer. As part of test cases, we need to take care about approved test plan, which need to be get taken care about in referring with approved test plan here. That approved test plan, that approved test plan according to that project. In that particular project, if you're able to see that particular respective test plan, we need to take care about referring. If it is available, you will refer it. Otherwise, not like mandatory. Then you will be taking with approved SRS, which you will be taking with approved SRS. So if I'm taking with this particular respective approved SRS, we can say that SRS document is the main preference. SRS document is the main preference here, which need to be get take care about in referring that particular respective SRS document. After that, you will be taking with FRS. It's not like only these two. As an example, it is mentioned like preference wise based on that particular project or related to that particular project, related to that particular project, what exactly that particular documents are available. Related to that particular project, what exactly that particular documents are available, you need to be get take care about in referring all that particular respective documents here. We need to be get take care about in referring all that particular respective documents here. Along with that, we need to be get take care about in approved test scenarios also. Because if I'm taking with the test scenarios, what is the meaning of the test scenarios? If I'm taking with test scenarios, what is the meaning of the test scenarios? Right. What need to be tested? So if I'm taking with the test scenarios, we need to be get mentioned that what need to be tested. We already identified. We already identified what are all that particular functionalities need to be tested. We already identified what are all that particular respective functionalities need to be tested. So that you will be taking with that you will be taking with approved test scenarios. Along with that, taking care about test case guidelines, which need to be get take care about, which need to be get take care about test case guidelines here. So that particular guidelines, you will be considering the rules and regulations. That particular guidelines, as usual, for documenting or preparing that particular respective test cases, we need to be get take care about that particular respective rules and regulations. Then you will be taking with then you will be taking with test case template, which need to be get take care about, which need to be get take care about that particular respective test case template that you will be considering the taking with format. So always these particular templates are provided by test lead only. Templates are provided by the test lead. As a tester or testing team, we need to be get take care about in referring that particular template. According to that particular template, we need to be get continue in preparing that particular respective test cases here. So once we got prepare that particular test cases, we need to be get take care about exit criteria. We need to be get take care about that particular exit criteria. So that particular respective exit criteria, we can say that that particular test cases should be reviewed and then taking with approved. That particular test cases, what we have been written, all that particular test cases should be reviewed and approved. Now see the understanding, templates are provided by test lead, prepared by the test lead. Test scenarios prepared by the tester. Test scenarios prepared by the tester. In the same way, test cases. Test cases are prepared by the tester. Test cases are prepared by the tester. Once the test cases has been prepared, once the test cases has been prepared, that particular test cases, that particular test cases has been reviewed and approved by test lead. The test lead will take care about, the test lead will take care about in doing review of the test cases. So once we have been totally completed writing with the test cases, once you done completion of writing with the test cases, you need to come up with these particular main concept test execution. But before going to the test execution, at any cost need to be get comfortable with these particular respective test cases. Because of that, please take with the practice on that. So please take with the practice on that. Take care about, take care about in completing the test scenarios first. So just try with test scenarios first. For tomorrow, if we try to complete in writing maximum, try for maximum test scenarios. By that, the whole tomorrow session will take care about testing cases here. Once we got complete with the testing cases, then we can come up with in taking with test execution. So all are connected here. First is scenarios. Based on scenarios, testing cases. Based on testing cases, test execution. All the connectivity will be there. So tomorrow I'll take care about in explaining that particular testing case template, and we'll understand the test cases. After that, we'll go with test execution. Okay. So up to now, everyone is clear. Up to now, everyone is clear.